Look at these blueberries. Ah, they're gorgeous. Welcome back to Cooking Ala LaLa. We're picking berries today. We have a wonderful menu. We're having a cocktail made with a blueberry shrub, a barbecue sauce made with the same shrub. We're going to do a peach appetizer. It's going to be delicious, so y'all enjoy the show. The Bota box isn't just for holding the Bota bladder, people. You've got to use your mind and be inventive. This is my picking box. Blueberry picking takes two hands sometimes because you need a lot of the best berries are at the very top. So you need two hands, one to hold the bough and then the other one to very greedily pull the berries off. You know, time is of the essence. It's raining, I might melt. But these are beautiful blueberries that our landlord, Red, planted probably about 10 years ago. And he is generous enough to let us come and pick as many berries as our greedy little hands can muster. And what happens here is a lot of times they will fall off the ground when they're so ripe. So look at all these down here. Most people, what they do is they just walk around and step on them. I pick them up. These are Roma beans. This is what we're going to be cooking up today, old school style. We learned about these beans from our fellow farmer down here, Mr. Lovell, Ken Lovell. He taught us about these beans. These are the kind of beans that my grandmother would have loved. You don't pick them and have them fresh and crispy. You cook them with some pork, and you can see these leaves are getting devoured by one of these little yellow, here's one. We're gonna pick some of these beans, put them in our picking box, and have some good eating. We picked all those blueberries. Aren't they beautiful? Just picked. We're going to make a shrub. A shrub is a vinegar-based syrup that is mixed with fruit and spices if you care for them, and I do. And you can use them as a base for your cocktail, or you can use them, as we will, as a barbecue sauce for our chicken that we're going to do. We have 3 cups of beautiful fresh blueberries. I'm going to put them in this Cuisinart food processor, a leaf, with a couple of tablespoons of apple cider vinegar. You'll need 2 whole cups of apple cider vinegar for this. And what we're going to do is just break these up. We're not going to puree them to H-E double hockey sticks. I'm just going to hit it a couple of times to get the juices running, and then we're going to put it in a saucepan and add the rest of our ingredients. All right, so we've given them a rough chop. You can see there's some little bit of juices swimming around down there, and they will release a lot of their juices, and we're going to add the rest of that 2 cups minus 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar, bay leaf, cinnamon stick, and I'm going to do, that looks like a 1/4 teaspoon. I'm going to add a little bit more chili flakes just because I want to add some heat to the cocktail and to the barbecue sauce. And here's 2 cups of sugar. All right, so we're just gonna put this on the stovetop and simmer it for about an hour, and it will get very aromatic and fragrant. That the house will smell fantastic. And after we do that, we'll get the blender out. So we have to clean the Cuisinart and the blender, but it keeps for months, so it's worth the trouble to mess up a couple of small appliances for your wonderful blueberry shrub. So here are our ingredients, our 3 cups of blueberries, 2 cups of apple cider vinegar, 2 cups of sugar, cinnamon, bay leaf, chili flakes, delicious. We're gonna let this cook and cook. Wow, all this talk about cocktails, shrubs and such makes me feel very thirsty. What do you think it's going to be, folks? Ooh, a bottle of Gruner Veltliner. It's Austrian. Yeah. Nah, I think I'll have a Boda box. Some things never change, right? You gotta, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, people. Cheers. All right, green beans are coming in like gangbusters. This is just part of the ones that we picked. This is a Roma 2 bean. It's a bush bean, so it grows close to the ground. And that is why I kept these out so you could see. They get really dirty. You really have to clean them up. Pole beans, the ones that crawl up a trellis on a vine, they don't get so dirty, but these do. And what I've done is I've cleaned them and cut them into, little pieces, the size that you want. And here's one that has a little bit of, that's not dirt, that's just, I don't know, a bad attitude. But just cut the bad away. You might be able to get these at some of the local pop-up farmers markets that come up once a week at in different neighborhoods. The market we go to is the East Atlanta Village Market. It's close to our garden, and when they're going full bore, they have a lot of vendors right now because of COVID. There aren't that many. You just get your Pearson's Peaches there. And also close to the East Atlanta Village Market is the Spotted Trotter, where we went a few episodes ago. I've got 8 ounces of lardons here. I'm going to cut these into little pieces. They're already in somewhat little pieces, but I'm going to cut them up a little bit more, put them in this pot, and we are going to make the most delicious green beans. This is going to look a whole lot like the turnip greens we did. Same sort of technique. It's, old school, but it's going to be delicious. And while we're here, look at these berries that have started to, the sugar has melted. It smells so divine. Ah, the sizzle. We got 6 to 8 ounces of these lardons in here. We're gonna let these render the fat, because fat's where it's at, y'all. We're gonna render the fat, and then we're gonna add, I don't know, this is about 1.5 cups of chopped Vidalia onion. I've got some garlic here. When this has a nice pool of that yummy pork fat, and our lardons have browned, we're gonna put this in and let these caramelize and get delicious. And look, breaking down. All right, so we're just gonna cook this and cook this. Then we're gonna put it in a blender and blend it to high heaven and let the party begin. Heaven in a pot, I'm telling you. All right, in go the beans. Roma 2s, cleaned and prepped. And here we are with our delicious chicken stock. We didn't have any. I got it this morning. I thought, oh my gosh, I need some chicken stock. You can get store-bought stock if you want. So that's about 1 quart of our beautiful homemade chicken stock. I'm going to give it some salt. And there was some fat on that chicken stock too. It had not congealed or solidified at the top. So there's some fat. And the other part of the song, fat's where it's at, I'm having a ball with cholesterol. I wish I could take credit for that. That was an artist named Root Boy Slim. And what was his cohort?
The Sex Change Band.
The Sex Change Band.
And of course with the Rudettes.
Of course, yeah, So, having a ball with cholesterol, y'all. Bruscetta. We've toasted our bread. Again, this is not a fancy pants bread. You could use a fancy pants bread, but I wasn't feeling too fancy, and neither was Publix when I was there. So we have halved a clove of garlic, and I'm just rubbing the top of these just to impart the essence of garlic. It will still give you the breath to, kill the Valkyries, but that's just what you want to do. You want to just rub the top, rub the edges where it's kind of rough and it'll scrape off some of that good garlic flavor. And what we have here, this is a yellow tomato. I believe this is a Jubilee. This is either a black crim or a Cherokee purple. I can't tell. I didn't write it down when I harvested it. This is a lovely little tomato. It's supposed to be green. It is ripe, called a green doctor. Jealous he is. I hate to do this to you. Off with its head! Tom and I had a little argument about the Valkyries. He said it was the vampires I should have said. And he's right. If you're talking about garlic, you need to talk about vampires. But I was just thinking about powerful women, as I am wont to do. What are you looking at? Are you looking at these? Honey. Okay, look at this gorgeous tomato. Look at it. It's worth all of the sweat. It's worth all of the dirty clothes and the unflattering shots on Cooking Ala LaLa, the smash hit show. All right, so look, here you go. We're putting these in here. A little bit of salt, a little bit of, ooh, there's that cork I never hear. All right, this is going to be the most wonderful little thing for us to snack on while we finish our shrub and we finish our beans and we start our Swiss chard that we harvested from the garden today. After this salt in here lets some of the juices exude from these beautiful tricolor tomatoes. Just spoon it over your bruschetta and enjoy the freshest flavors of summer. Can't do better than that. Our shrub is cooked for about an hour, simmered. And look, what is this? Where did June Cleaver blender go? She went away. This is not a new blender. It's just a different blender. My mother heard me complaining about my blender on all the previous episodes wherein I used a blender. She had an extra, she gave it to me. I'm not gonna do it now, but we're gonna, like I say, puree it to high heaven, hit it on the highest button. I'm gonna do it in 2 batches because this is too much for this blender. Then we're going to put it back into this pan and we're going to reduce it. So this is a lot of steps, but trust me, it's worth it. You can use it for so many different things. Well, I kind of wish that we had kept taping, but because we had quite an explosion. This is my first time dating this blender, so give me a break. You just don't know what to do sometimes. It went everywhere. This is a small fraction of what happened. Yeah, I should tell you, take the little top thing out and just cover it with a paper towel or a towel you don't mind being stained until the end of time, and don't fill it up too much because it goes crazy. And don't start on high. There's just so many mistakes you can make, people. All right, so here you go. Wow, this blender's got some movement to it. I'm feeling funny in my pants. Woo! After you've blended it to high heaven, you're gonna strain it. Oh, I'm dribbling. This damn new blender is just vexing me. You're gonna strain it, and if there are any solids, you can press the liquids, keep the solids behind. What we're gonna end up with, people, is a lovely, we're gonna strain it. You can put it in the refrigerator at this point, or you can put it back on the heat and just let it reduce. But you want it to be thick enough that it clings to the spoon. It is so interesting and complex. It is sweet. This one's gonna have a little bit more heat because I added more chili. You can taste the bay leaf that has been pureed. I took the cinnamon sticks out because I didn't want to destroy my fabulous new blender. Yep, that's the guy. Woo! Blueberry Shrub. You make a big mess You use a lot of small appliances.
Oh, sweet.
What? What?
Your face.
Here?
No.
Did I get it?
Close. Other side.
Good grief. All right, this is our shrub. This is over 4 cups, probably about 5 cups. It will keep for a very long time, several months in your refrigerator. It will be wonderful in the cocktail that we will make, possibly for a mystery guest taster. You could put it on the blancmange that we made a couple of weeks ago, the lemon posset that we made. This would be lovely drizzled over the lemon posset. It would be wonderful over just vanilla ice cream. This is a really delicious, wonderful, it took a lot of time, it took a lot of trouble. The kitchen smells fantastic. You could put it on your pancakes. I've just gotten a text from the mystery guest taster, and he or she or they are on their way, so I'm going to prepare the cocktail. This cocktail I have named the UFO cocktail because it is made with blueberries we picked at our garden, Urban Farms of Ormwood, UFO. So the cocktail involves 1.5 ounces of gin. This is a 2-ounce jigger, so I'm just gonna do, okay, and then 3/4 of an ounce of lime juice. You can use lemon juice if you like. And then 3/4 of an ounce of this shrub. Put that in there. And then 1.5 ounces, I'm not gonna measure it, of prosecco. There we go. What a beautiful concoction. Look at this. I hope he, she, or they likes gin and isn't allergic to blueberries. I'm garnishing it with a little wheel of lime or lemon, whatever you have, and some blueberries. What a drink. Our mystery guest taster is here. As always, I'm so excited. Deshaun Garrett. He's gonna have a blueberry cocktail and some Bruscetta with tomatoes.
Yum.
How
this looks
beautiful.
so good. Oh my goodness.
Cheers,
I'm
my
so glad to be
friend.
here.
I miss you.
Cheers.
Long
Yes,
distance
I miss
cheers.
you too. There we go.
That's good enough.
Just
6
close
feet.
enough. It was just close enough.
Okay.
Oh my God.
You don't mind that it's not a lime in there and it's a lemon?
No, I do not.
You like
it?
it?
It is phenomenal. This is good.
This is good. This is gin, blueberry shrub, lime juice, and prosecco.
This is very, very good. And I'm really not a gin type of guy.
I'm not a gin guy either. Okay, so I have to ask you, after we did the Waffle Palace Christmas 2, you went and did a show in Florida.
I did, Sarasota, Florida. Called it Your Arms Too Short to Box with God. Phenomenal show. Unfortunately, we were cut short due to COVID-19, right?
Yeah.
About 3 weeks, and I was devastated. That was the first time I was a part of a musical that literally ran an hour.
Oh, and you can sing.
But I've never done a musical where it ended in 1 hour.
Yeah, that's the kind of show I like.
Listen to me. I was so pleased.
And what is the thing you just directed at Aurora?
Yes, it was a virtual production from Aurora, and it was 2 pieces by Idris Goodwin, and they were called Matter and Black Flag. It was a part of their cyber series. It was a virtual production, so and I got to direct that, and it was really nice. I enjoyed it.
Well, cheers to you and your ongoing success, friend.
Even in the midst of Corona, still climbing to the top. I love it.
Tippy top, baby.
Now it's time for me to dig into this.
Yes. Swiss Chard. Usually we're eating this in the autumn when our winter or fall garden is doing well. I was so worried that the grocery stores weren't going to have any fresh greens that I planted a bunch of Swiss Chard, I don't know, 6 weeks ago. And I didn't know if it was going to be too warm, but it's amazing. It's grown. I should have picked more, but what we're going to do is we're going to do this. It's kind of in the slutty category because there's heavy cream involved. No cheese, but just heavy cream. What I have done here is I've cleaned the Swiss Chard and I have taken the stems out. The stems can be kind of thick. So what I want to do is cut the ribs, actually, that's the word I'm thinking of. And so we've got the ribs over here, which I'm going to chop in little dice. We're going to saute some shallot in a little bit of extra virgin olive oil here. Then I'm going to chop these up into a little dice. Our shallots have softened. I've added these chopped up ribs and stems of the Swiss chard. As I am wont to do, I'm going to add a little chili flakes. That was from our garden last year that we dried and chopped. So this is actually, once you do the prep, like most things in life, once you do the prep, everything's easy. After this cooks down a little, you know what I might do? I'm going to put a little bit of jelly juice in here just to wetten it up and kind of steam it. Love that sound. And when we come back, we're going to add some heavy cream and then the Swiss chard leaves. And we're almost home. The topping. All right, so we've got those little bruschetta pieces I've chopped up. You can tear them up. You can use panko if you want. You can use just anything. Hell, you could use a saltine cracker. I don't care. But it's nice to have something crunchy, a delivery system for your citrus, your lemon zest. So I'm just putting these on here. I'm going to toss it so that the breadcrumbs, the bread gets a nice little coating of the citrus. I love a little extra virgin olive oil. We're going to wetten these up and toast them, and the heat is going to bring out some more of the citrus flavor in the oil from the lemon zest. Anyhow, this is going to be the topping for our Swiss chard with cream and shallot. Onward and upward. All right, our ribs and stems have softened with our shallots. I'm going to add a little bit of heavy cream because it's a slutty kind of atmosphere here on Highland View. I'm going to keep this handy because I might want some more. This is going to cook down to high heaven. I'm going to lower the heat. I'm going to give it a little bit more salt. All right, so this is our wonderful dish. And we're going to let these leaves cook down. These greens have cooked down. The heavy cream has thickened. We've salted, we've peppered. And I love the way that they've still kept their color. They haven't, turned into that dark forest green. They've still got some brightness. So before we serve them, we will add some of these wonderful lemon zest breadcrumbs with extra virgin olive oil or butter or schmaltz if you like, but you want to have some fat to give it some crunch. And this is just going to be a lovely side dish like we do straight from the garden. We've got our creamed Swiss chard from the garden. These are our beautiful Roma beans from the garden. I just want to give it a taste. It's probably going to burn my mouth to high heaven. So good. Could use a little bit of salt. I'm glad I didn't overseason. But this is the kicker, people. Not only do you have the homemade chicken stock, you have those pork lardons. So not only is it a chicken stock, it's also kind of a pork stock because these have cooked for a while. So delicious. So what we're going to do, we had the cocktail with the Blueberry Shrub. We're going to use that Blueberry Shrub to do a barbecued whole spatchcocked chicken. That's going to be, we could say the main event. I think these two are kind of main event like things. I have to have another sip. It's so delicious. All right, this is where it gets down and dirty, people. Kitchen shears on go. What you want to do is cut the backbone out of this mother. It takes a really good pair of shears to do this. Now what you're going to do, you're going to get this out, and the point of this is we're going to be able to grill this thing open. You can see we're just going to remove this, and after we get this out, I'm going to add this to some of the other chicken pieces in my freezer. I have a Ziploc bag that I've been adding little wing tips to, so the next time I make chicken stock, I can throw all these things in. I've just got a few more snips to go. I don't want you to see me cut my finger off. Spatchcocked. I feel so exposed. I think that's a little piece of lung. All right, so the reason we do this is it's a neat presentation, and what we're going to do now is press on the back, the breastbone, to flatten it out, and this way we can grill this bird in one big piece. What we're going to do is season it very well with salt and pepper, about 2 teaspoons of salt and a ton of black pepper. And what we're going to do is put this on our grill, and after it is cooked for about 20 minutes, we're going to start basting it with some of this beautiful blueberry shrub that we made and enjoyed with our cocktail. So it becomes a barbecue sauce and a lovely glaze. Spatchcock chicken. Poor thing. I couldn't help myself. All right, we're out here with the big green egg. Right now it's reading 500. We want it at 350, but when we open it up, oh gosh, my husband knows how to build a fire. We're gonna put this in here, skin side up. I might need to use my fingers to get him situated. And we are gonna let this baby cook for about 20 minutes at this 350. Yeah, it's already, look, it's dropping down. It's at 400. I might let it, should I open it to let it get, okay. So we're gonna cook it for 20 minutes at 350, and when we come back, we're gonna start basting it, and then we're gonna flip it and cook it some more and baste some more. It's gonna be delicious. Here we have our blueberry shrub, vinegar, a little sugar, actually a lot of sugar, bay leaf, cinnamon stick, chili flakes, and here is our bird. It's been in here for 20 minutes, and I'm just going to start basting this baby. Look at that beautiful color. And we're gonna baste it every 5 minutes for 20 minutes, and then we're gonna flip it over. And it has the most beautiful kind of lacquered finish when it comes out. This is about a 4-pound bird. You definitely wouldn't want to do it, I don't think, that much bigger. But I don't know, hell, why not? Do what you want. There are no rules. Okay, we're gonna baste it every 5 minutes for 20 minutes, and then we'll come back when we flip it over. Oh gosh, look at it. All right. Huh?
Baste it one more time.
No, we don't need to baste it one more time. Ooh, we're gonna baste this so the underside gets some flavor, and now the side that has been being basted, the breast side, is gonna get some nice char. And we'll probably do this for another 20 minutes, 10 minutes, we'll see. We're gonna test it with a temperature gauge so that we make sure everything is appropriately cooked. But I think this is gonna be a damn fine meal, people. It's time for the probe. Woo-hoo. Oh my gosh, look at that. All right. I'm sure that this thing is falling apart. We're not even gonna need to, I just wanna make sure we have gotten it to the proper temperature, about 165. This is awkward. Ah, look at it. Y'all, blueberries are not just for dessert anymore. Okay, yeah, I think we're good. Yeah, we're going in. Look at this bird. It's come apart, which lets us know that it is R-E-D-I, ready. You taste the sweet. That's really good. You know, you don't have to just have blueberries for dessert or breakfast or in your smoothie. Oh, caught in the act. I can't help myself. They're too good. They're too sweet. Thank you so much for watching Cooking Ala LaLa, the blueberry episode. If you enjoyed the show, please keep watching. If you want the recipes, go to Horizon Theater's website. All the recipes will be archived there. I'm going to be picking blueberries until the cows come home. Thank you for watching the show.
For more information and to download all the recipes that you've seen on this episode of Cooking Ala LaLa, please visit horizontheater.com.